Welcome everyone to another Casual Esports Amateur League cast. This is playoff match between Piltover division rivals Raven Esports and Redacted. Your host, the AMO, is also being your caster this afternoon. So, this is number 4 seed versus number 5 seed here in the playoffs. And in the last match of the regular season, Raven Esports did 2-0 Redacted. So these teams should know each other fairly well. They've just played each other. That means that I think we're going to be in for a pretty spicy matchup today. So, let's just get right on into the games. It's going to be a good one. Okay, everything looks good on stream. Summoners are being spawned on the roof. Once again, this is a vodcast, so we should have some fun with this one. It's going to be one of my specialities, as we're going to have on the side of blue right now, Raven Esports with Bill WebM is going to be the top lane on the Cho'Gath, Samuel P on the Sejuani jungle, Beta Linux on the mid lane Anivia, the only Mr. EO on the AD carry Kaisa, and I'm a Timmy on the Seraphine support. On the side of Redacted, we have a Theatrical playing Poppy in the top lane. FSN Rin, or probably just go by Rin here, on the Kazakhs jungle. Blood Sonata on Ari mid lane. Boozosaurus playing the, Senna carry with Mikioto on the Rakan support. So we will see what happens. Yes, Lemur, sometimes the pick bans on the pro draft don't go as well as we would have liked, but as long as teams are flexible and appropriate with each other, they can, talk to them. So, pretty straight up fan. Kazakhs on red and Sejuani on red. We'll probably see how this goes. We haven't seen a whole lot of Poppy, or at least I haven't seen a whole lot of Poppy so far this playoffs. Or a lot of, that's not true. I cast a Poppy game yesterday. Cho'Gath, there have been some Cho'Gath games down the other divisions being played. So these tank matchups, this is going to be pretty, tank matchup. It's a tank matchup at the top lane. Not much you can say. They're going to whack on each other. They're going to clear the minions, and then they're going to hopefully do well in the team fights, depending on what they want to play them. We do have the Kazakhs coming out of the jungle for Rin. That's going to be much more an assassin, obviously, than the Sejuani. So a lot better control team fight for Kaisa in the late game with 2 tanks, and just has to be worried about 1 assassin diver. As gets to level 2 early here, goes in on the Senna. But the Senna Rakan are going to be able to push back up here. Back to tower. And fish one up. And it does look like we got dual KDA skins here in the bot lane for Raven Esports. Nice job, guys and gals. And they look very pretty and shiny. Hopefully that's not too distracting for the viewers at home. Anivia, haven't seen a whole lot of Anivia. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Beta Linux is known to play the Bird Champions here in the mid lane. So definitely seen this champion been played by Beta here in CasualEAL before. So not a surprise, but nice Rakan engage here. The Kazakhs went top down jungle and tries to get out and flash, but there's the Sun Command. Not going to matter as Assassin has got the first kill. That's going to be a great start for this Kazakhs, and the bot lane here for Redacted. Sejuani maybe looking to go in onto the Anivia, but she's a pretty slippery fox as well. Now, is she wearing the KDA skin as well? I think she may be. No, she's not. She's wearing one of the other skins. For a second there, I was about to say we have freaking half the KDA lineup in this match. Okay. Infernal Drake is going to be the first one here as Sejuani's caught on between a rock and a hard place. Going to be pushed in, trying to escape from the Poppy, and the Kazakh's going to have to flash out. And now Cho'Gath is here trying to play defense, is looking to Sejuani to go back in, maybe get the stun procs in onto the Poppy, as mid laners have chosen not to participate in this top and jungle duel. And the tankiness on the side of, Raven Esports is not going to be enough as they take down the Sejuani, but Cho'Gath is here, but you are out of mana. I don't know, you don't have flash, so the Poppy's trying to finish this one off, and Kazakh's throwing out damage as well. But look at all the minion damage. The minions may take him out. Nope, nice kill on the side of the Kazakhs, protecting that top laner. So all the potions burnt as well, right and left. That's a lot of actions coming in pretty early on here for this top lane. Kazakh's getting a kill and assist already. Poppy's got a kill, as things are looking really good in the first 5 minutes for Redacted. So I wonder if if the mid laner, if they would have roamed up top, would have been able to pick up either a double kill or helped out on either one of those kills. Could have really swung how that fight went. I see both of them were pretty low on mana, so I guess they would have been just auto-attacking at that time. But you never know this early on how a game can swing off of just a small amount. We've seen definitely games and matches swing on these early game skirmishes that favor one team or another, and they pick up just a significant either gold lead or level point, and then they are able to snowball that on continuing. So sometimes you got to kind of give up the lane CS to go for the help of your team, as it looks like they're going in, trying to get damage in onto the center, but that's a nice chain with the Seraphine. Rakan's going to try and get a knock up here as all the sparkly images. Such a pretty lane here. Watching Seraphine and Kai'Sa just throw out their abilities and damage onto the enemy bot lane. It's very distracting, if I don't say so myself. I mean, that's a ton of bright colors. And with the early lane control here in bot lane and Nivea in mid, looks like they're going to be going for the first dragon. So Raven Esports, after the first couple deaths, Sejuani has been able to pick up the Infernal Drake with no real contest, making it going to be a really good position here. Next dragon is going to be an Ocean. Kazakhs, knowing that both started on red, going to go for the assassination here. Oh, smites it away. Does land the great job. Or was that the Q? His smite is down. So I couldn't tell if that was the Q or a smite on the side of Kazakhs. But an excellent steal by Rin, getting into Samuel's jungle there, picking up the red buff. Going to go back to his side, clear his red side jungle. So looking on the up and up, trying to feel impactful in this game. The assassin really has to get going to make sure he does not fall too far behind to all the tanks. Well, this is interesting. Beta Linux did not get any mana item or even like a mana crystal. Just went for double amp tone in the bot lane. So, and she burnt all of her mana already. She's going to be in a rough spot trying to continue pushing up this lane. Does not have teleport, so can't go back and buy either. And with no mana, she's probably going to need help pushing up the lane before going, backing, buying, and getting an item where she can go up against this Ahri, who did go for the necklace, the verdant barrier, I guess. I called it a necklace. I guess it's a barrier. That'll help with the MR going against this. This is going to be a really actually heavy AP damage team between Cho'Gath, Sejuani, Anivia, Seraphine. Kind of like it. She especially is going for the Banshee's Veil here, as we have the Poppy going to get stunned here. Oh, did not get the charge. The ultimate flashes out. Excellent job on the side of Sejuani there, getting the stun proc right as Poppy was trying to pull the ultimate. And Ari's going to dash in, miss the charm, does land the Q. Maybe look to fall on off here, as Anivia does have blue buff, so she should be able to clear out the wave a little bit easier. And now we have Rakan here. He's going to go for an engage and take a tower shot. Just trying to maybe help Ari get this wave pushed in to a tower so maybe she can get a reset if she is on an item point. We'll see what happens there. Or if just had the opportunity since Senna is in the bot lane. I mean, Seraphine, Kai'Sa not the hardest pushing bot lane. Definitely have the opportunity as we now have Kha'Zix going to come in. It looks like a flash out on the side of Anivia as Kha'Zix getting stuck in. There's the wall. He's going to try and make goes. We have an egg. An egg, but that egg is not going to be cooked because Sejuani's there on protection duty. Takes down the Void creature. And with the enemy jungler down, we'll see if they want to set up. And Betalinx is just trying to walk straight in onto the Ahri here. Ignite was dropped. Has red buff. Has red buff from the kill on the Kha'Zix. We will see down. Sejuani now over on Shelly. Definitely going to use this to advantage knowing that Kha'Zix was down. And Cho'Gath with some help here. Poppy going to run this in, hopefully to push everything, and down goes Blood Sonata. Betalinx now 2-0 in this lane, has the CS lead, pushing in the tower, is going to get a nice back off here, and we'll see what she wants to pick up on the Anivia. And Rakan's going to ult and engage in here, does get in onto Kai'Sa. Seraphine's going to miss the ult entirely, but good disengage as Kha'Zix had to pull up so he didn't get caught in the dance party. So flash is out by Kai'Sa and Seraphine to flash from Rakan. Dragon spawning here in 20 seconds. Nice knock-up on the Poppy buy, and Poppy's going to get pushed back. But let's finish this one and go to this. And nom 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 nom! Cho'Gath has eaten the Yordle. They're both going to back as Dragon spawns. Pings are going on it. Kha'Zix may be looking to jump on this Anivia now that the eggs has been burnt. And Betalinx is stepping forward. Did use Q. That's not going to happen. And there's one dash, and it's going to be able to slip on through. But too much isolation damage coming out from that Kha'Zix Q is going to take down the bird. And with no mid laner here, Kha'Zix has started up Ocean Dragon. Seraphine is down here bottom lane, but Kai'Sa's not here, so this is going to be probably a relatively easy go as Sejuani's going to go in with the Q, and she's going to finger it as Kha'Zix is going to jump out. Teleport for Poppy's going to happen, and it looks like trying to chase in is Flash actually burnt by Sejuani. Good job on escaping, and now it's going to run right into the Kha'Zix as Rakan and Kha'Zix are now in onto Sejuani. And there's the ult from Senna. Sniped by Boozosaurus. And it looks like the aggressiveness coming out of the Kha'Zix right now has paid off more times than it's hurt him. And that's definitely important and required for playing a champion like this. As Rakan's actually going to go in here still in lane. It looks like before Anivia can even get back to tower, will they drop? Yes, she will. And dashing back in, Kha'Zix is now 3-1-2. And now we have Seraphine and Kai'Sa coming up to the mid lane with Rakan, and there's Sejuani as well coming back from base, trying to lay down all the damage as the top lane tanks are fighting up there, and Kha'Zix gone invisible, and now he's going to jump on out, and nice charm by Ahri. She's dashing in, trying to pick up the kill, dashing back forth, and let's see here, gets the nice charm on again. Ult by Sejuani is not going to land perfectly, but it does get a nice slow field going, as Blood Sonata is going to be dancing towards the front line to protect from going any further on the rest of her teammates. Senna stayed in the bot lane during that entire engage, picked up some CS that direction, as we now have Shelly being spawned, and I think this is going to be the first tower plate, no, one tower plate down in bot lane, and 3 more handed over to Raven Esports here. 2 tower plates in mid lane have gone over to Redacted, and that's a 4th one here in mid lane. The Seraphine singing the songs of praise of taking these tower plates, and the whole tower is gone. just under or just after 14 minutes, so didn't get the full tower plate gold on that one, but definitely good on the side of Raven to pick up first tower. And top laners aren't going back at it. Let's check Cho'Gath's stats real quick. He have 5. Is that 5? Yep, 4 minions and 1 champion. And while we're checking on champions things, Senna is at 18. Yeah, looks like 18. I'm just going to move the box here. Sorry, I had to move the chat box so I can see what the stats were. Clearing out some vision. So with this open world, now it's going to be really hard to push into Anivia, especially now that she has blue buff. For the next 3 to 4 minutes, we'll see what they want to do. As Ahri has been actually down in the bot lane as they're trying the 2v1, and they're maybe collapsing down here. Rakan over the wall, goes around the pink ward very nicely, but does end up placing a pink in the tri-bush himself. Setting up maybe for bot lane control here for Redacted. But we will see how well that actually doesn't last very long, actually, as that gets cleared out when they backed on off. Hand this blue buff over to Ahri. We will see where Kha'Zix's next assassination goal is. Cho'Gath has already got like 3,000 health, so don't think that's going to be his next target, but you never know. Definitely probably going to try and get on this KDA bot lane. Rakan's going to ult in, and with Flash, they're going to be able to get in onto Seraphine, who's going to flash off of the snare, and jumps in, and there's the dance party, but it's not going to matter. Charm is not enough to stop the Kha'Zix. Oh, actually, Rakan picked up that one. Sejuani's going to go straight in onto the AD carry with the help of Kai'Sa. There's the ult from Senna's got a nice shield and deal damage, but it's not going to be enough. As Anivia here as well, as a killing spree has happened by Kha'Zix. He's trying to get enough damage on to get invisible. Shot down on Sejuani on to Kha'Zix, but guess what? Rakan's returned the kill, and now it's Anivia versus Ahri. Ahri's going to miss the charm, and there's 1 dash and 2 dashes, and orbs coming out, and slow field's coming out, and it's just everything that they can do. 1 more charm, and a flash, and there's the Q, and egg yet again. That actually looks like a little baby coconut, as giant Cho'Gath is teleported in here to protect his mid laner. Is that the prehistoric skin? As we see nice slow field. There's the rupture into the silence, into 1 stun, 2 stun, and there's the auto attack, and he just, oh, actually flashes, and rupture noms that support to death as the dual combo of solo laners take out mid support. And with this means open dragon without 2 people here, and Cho'Gath already used his ultimate, so not going to be able to eat that dragon, but doing fairly nice for himself. 2-0 and 1. Same CS as the Poppy, who's 1-1. Total gold lead right now is just 200 gold lead for as a team, as kills are 8-8. So this is an extremely even match we're looking at between these 2 teams. I know I said at the beginning that these Raven Esports 2-0'd in the regular season, but Redacted has come for the playoffs. They are here to play, but that does not mean that even Raven's not going to be focused in on this, as Poppy and Kha'Zix are looking to prevent maybe the Susan or Shelly number 2 being taken down. All 4 members here. Cho'Gath with no teleports not going to be able to show up for this one. Rakan is here. Ahri is coming. We have a giant 5-man team, and the smite actually does go over, and it was picked up. 3-man ult on the side of Seraphine, and there's the stun afterwards. Poppy trying to lay area effect damage with Senna and Sejuani laying damage down as well. As nice ultimate from Sejuani gets a nice stun, but it's not going to matter. Rupture's going to land on Ahri on the backline as Rakan's being taken down front. Kai'Sa's finally going to dash into the backline. Take down 1 carry. Can she get onto the Poppy, who's going to pop the W shield? A nice root on the sides of Bulbasaurus to escape. Pops the mist to run even faster, and it looks like no one died on the side of Raven. 3 people died on the side of Redacted. Shelly was picked up, though, by the Kha'Zix, so he wins the smite battle, is rewarded with that, giant scuttle crab, but I don't think it's going to particularly matter because they've already lost 1 tower in mid lane, now 2 towers in mid lane. and we'll see what they want to do after this. Kha'Zix jumps over the wall, runs into the Sejuani with the Rakan, and there's the stun into the Rupture and the Silence. Kaisa going to take that one, Anivia taking the second one. As that little too greedy ult over the Y by R into the Charm, into the Ana ult is going to actually take down the Sejuani, but now Kaisa's here dealing damage and Senna's dealing damage as well. Poppy's in on to Seraphine trying to lay out the damage and look for the area effect of the bird on the one side as everyone's out dancing around this wolf pick. I wish I had a bigger zoom out camera so we could see all the action going on. As people are trying to finally back, but maybe Poppy's going to stop another one. He is. And it looks like this is just going to be absolutely ridiculous as they're not letting back, but Cho'Gath is taking down the Poppy. So they're filing in one at a time on the side of Redacted, and they're getting picked off. But they have prevented the backs, as it does look like we have almost 3,000 gold on Anivia to spend, 1,500 on Kaisa and Seraphine, another 1,500 plus on the Cho'Gath. So this means this tower is going to be dropped, though. So second tower picked up, evening up that on the scoreline. As the Sejuani clearing out some vision. Okay, we're at 20 minutes here, and it's a 2,000k gold lead now on the side of Raven Esports. The last, team fight at the Rift Herald into the tower, into the, trying to catch them as they were backing. They picked up a few more kills. Really have swung things in their favor. The CSs across the board are looking relatively even, though, so both these teams can definitely get into it, as it looks like on the Scuttle Crab. And who's going to win that Scuttle Crab? I think it looks like Sejuani picked up that Scuttle. Dragon is here in a minute. We'll see how they want to fight for this. Real quick on stats, Cho'Gath has 4 champions devoured, so he's at 10 stacks already. That is a beefy Cho'Gath. He has 3,800 health. Oof, Kha'Zix. As we're just all going to be fighting down here in the river, I guess, before the dragon spawns in 45 seconds. Ari's going to ult in and goes in Rakan. 5-man charm. Seraphine does the same and back to the side with just 3. As we're going to keep it on the big screen here as everything's jumping around. Too many champions with jumps and dashes coming in. Ari jumped in on Kha'Zix, gets 1 reset, trying to get out of the second one. And Nivea form is for the egg. And Rakan going to go back in with a 3-man knock up here, but we have Poppy on the other side. Can Nivea be taken down? Is not going to happen, but Poppy will take her as she comes out of egg form. It is now Cho'Gath and Sejuani versus the Anivia. Double kill on the giant monster. That's a triple kill. And the ace for Raven Esports. Hopefully you all caught all of the action as we saw Ari dashing in, Rakan in and out, Kha'Zix dashing in the fight, going invisible as well, and plus the whole mist on the side of the Senna. That was a really intense team fight for both sides, and just slightly better, target selection or slightly better CC stacking from either team could have drastically thrown in one way or another. But it was, I'm going to say, overall a really good fight, particularly for Raven Esports. The tankiness out of the 2 tanks right now are something that the low damage team comp of the Senna and Ari currently, they need a lot more damage items. They need probably like 4 or 5 damage items before they'll be able to start burning through this ginormous 705 Cho'Gath with over 4,000 health. He has 11 stacks. He takes up like what, a tenth of my screen right now, and I got a pretty big monitor, so that is got to say something. We'll switch over to the Senna. She currently has 39 stacks, so 29.25 additional attack damage with 25 extra range and 10% crit strike on the Senna passive. Cho'Gath pushing down in the bot lane. Well, it looks like the rest of his team is pushing top. And we have 3-man wraparound. In goes the Kazakhs trying to get in, and Seraphine is dead. And with the help of Rakan, so is Anivia. That assassination invisible combo of Kazakhs into Rakan, absolutely devastating. And with 4 members here, this is going to be an easy tier 2 for Redacted. Great job on slipping through the red side buff where there wasn't any vision there due to the fact that the vision had been rotated top to help get the Baron. You get the pick off on the champions that you need. And now with all 5 members here, Cho'Gath is trying to do his best to, return damage and take down a tier 2 in the bot lane. But now it's just 5 versus 2, and Kai'Sa's getting hit out. Senna ult's going to help with the Kazakhs take down the Sejuani. And this game has just turned topsy-turvy with Redacted actually getting the first inhibitor of the game. If you would have told me 5 minutes ago that Redacted was getting the first inhibitor, I would have called you a liar. With the inhib down and all 5 up, it's pretty easy for them to get in onto this Baron, try and take this one out before they go back to base and spend all of their shutdown gold. But in comes the giant Cho'Gath with the help of Seraphine trying to get damage coming out as well. As Poppy's going to say, bye-bye, giant creature. We want to fight the smaller one called Baron. And they do pick it up on the side of Redacted. This is a match coming up as we're going to follow Kazakhs. He gets 1 kill. Cho'Gath's trying to get onto the back line. It's not going to matter. Kazakh's going to jump over the wall there and he's going to take out the Anivia. But Cho'Gath is just so ginormous with the help of shield. And now comes Sejuani on the backside. Poppy's trying to deal so much as Ari's trying to jump away from the giant monster is helping as Poppy's not going through the bush. Rakan's going to be able to jump over onto the side of Guard. But Kai'Sa follows her with the ultimate, dealing out the damage. Rakan's going to jump over the Ari's. Poppy is going down the line for Cho'Gath. We're going to see Sejuani chase onto that one. And Rakan's going to be like, come and get me, come and get me, come and get me. I'm just going to dance on out of this one as he jumps away. Poppy was able to back off to base by hiding in the bush. Got away from the Sejuani, so Baron still on 3 people for Redacted, even though Raven Esports were able to pick up a couple kills on their way out. I think this is looking really good. Baron power play with the deaths there. We'll just say it's straight up at 1.5 thousand. That's the gold difference. Redacted is down 1.5 thousand. We'll check back in here at the end to see how much they can close that gold difference. This has been a pretty impactful game 1 here for Raven Esports and Redacted. 21-18 in kills, favoring Raven Esports. 5-4 in towers, favoring Raven Esports. Gold favoring Raven Esports, while towers just got even up, and 3-1 in dragons favoring Raven Esports. But Redacted has played really well in the last 4 minutes, picking up the Baron. Now they have 4 members trying to fight the giant Cho'Gath, and that shield is so enormous. He is able to take down the Kazakhs in a 1v4 worth, I guess, because the jungler's dead for Dragon. That's up in 20 seconds, making it easier for Sejuani and delaying their push. But I don't know if it's going to be easy. They've been running a lot to take down the giant Cho'Gath. So we'll see here. It's going to be a 4v4 as Sejuani, oh my gosh, oh, that is unfair. Sejuani super engage into Seraphine, doubling that regage on the side of, because the stupid extension of her ultimate that goes through champions. This means it's going to be an easy soul for Raven Esports. They're going to fly on those clouds. Okay, let's check Cho'Gath. He's still sitting at 12 stacks, 6 minions, 6 champions. He's got, what, an additional 1,400 health. Not the biggest one I've ever seen. He's at just under 4,500 health. And we'll slip over to Senna. Where's Senna's dead? I can't click her. There she's at. 56 stacks on Senna. Okay, and it looks like Redacted decided that, you know what? We killed him once. Let's kill him again. They're going to try and get in onto this Cho'Gath. But Seraphine is here to back him up this time. And it took all 4 of you, and he still took down the Kazakhs last time. I don't know if you can just necessarily kill him. He is giant top laner right now. Particularly with that Gargoyle Stormpoint shield. Did you see how big that was? That thing is huge. Soon as Cho'Gath is level 16, so can still get up to level 18. I think I've seen over 5,000 health Cho'Gath before. It's stupid, ridiculously big. Jeez. Okay, here we go again. Cho'Gath. One-man rupture as we go big here. We're going to be fighting around the red buff. And Kha'Zix going to go over in the back line and does get onto Seraphine as Cho'Gath actually gets bucked. Ben to the back line of his team as Poppy's going to take down Seraphine, trying to fight into the jungle here. Kha'Zix now over the wall trying to get in onto Anivia, who's gone golden as Senna's coming on the backside trying to lay down as much defense as she can with a weak auto attack damage that sometimes she can do. As Poppy's going to hit by the Anivia stun silence from the Cho'Gath as we have Ahri and Senna on the left-hand side dealing damage onto the Sejuani as Anivia and Cho'Gath are trying to take on the Poppy on the right-hand screen. I'm trying to keep both sides of the screen. And down goes the Poppy. This just means that the two carries are left on the side of Redacted. And double flash to get on them, but Senna's going to take down one and does not do anything. As she's going to fall to the second one as Ahri's burnt the flash. And who has flash? No one has any flashes up left. Rakan's... Oh, sorry, that's Rakan. My bad. I thought that was Ahri. They look the same when you're not paying attention and all the pretty colors. But we have Cho'Gath at like full health. He does not care whatsoever about this tower. As Ahri is now back alive, does land a charm and the ball. So we'll go out of the big screen here. We got 58 seconds till Baron. Baron power play from the last Baron. We're just gonna say it broke even. The Baron fell off right before that last team fight where the Redacted lost, and Baron power play was even. No plus minus for them. As Cho'Gath has now picked up his 4th items, and everyone's starting to complete their 3rd and 4th items. Cho'Gath definitely ahead of things. Same with Anivia. After that fight, did Cho'Gath pick another stack up? He did not. Senna pick up more stats, though? She did. She's now up to 66. As Vision is coming down, I'm trying to decide which objective these teams want to go for. Technically, I mean... Dragon's coming up here, but that's not coming up for 2.5 minutes. But Baron's up, so you're gonna. I don't know. They're not really. They're kind of looking just to fight some more. I mean, we're at 27 to 22 kills in 32 minutes. Will they go for Baron? Looks like they are. Let's see if we're gonna go. Screen here. And Cho'Gath's going to be able to eat that one. Senna comes across with Seraphine, and it looks like Poppy sends someone away, probably the Cho. But down goes Kha'Zix trying to go for the steal as Rakan's going to dash his way out. Kai'Sa's going to follow him, keep going in this, but Poppy's going to slam into the wall. As Anivia is going to dash in, throw it through, and there's a flash rupture that's not going to land on anyone. Anivia's slow field not going to happen. It's speed up by Seraphine not going to happen. And Rakan's got stuck behind the wall. A great placement by Anivia there. As they're now going to be pushing in with the Baron, and they were super tanky. And Cho'Gath does not care right now. He's going to tank this as Poppy's going to push in. That shield is so big, he's larger than the tower and the inhibitor combined. As they're looking to finish that one off, and with the help of Baron, they probably should be able to push in for the win here. As Ahri and Sejuani are chasing up to this way, and Poppy and Senna are going to finish off that one. Down goes the Ahri here in the mid lane now, and they're just trying to finish this one off. Senna's going to be able to try and land more auto attacks. But you are level 16 Senna to a level 17 Cho'Gath, who is larger than Baron and the towers. And we'll see. Nice root, and in comes Kha'Zix. He's going to get the jump, and he is going to get the assassination onto the Seraphine. That's not going to matter as down goes Senna. And with everyone dead except for the Rakan, this is going to be a pretty complete game here for Raven Esports. Cho'Gath ended the game with 5,898 HP. And 14 stacks. That is a beefy Cho. And Senna's dead, so I can't see her stacks. Excellent job on the side of Raven Esports here in Game 1. Definitely showing off their team comp. That Cho'Gath got monsterly fed in this game, and as a result, pretty strong in the team fights, and just could show the difference. It was a really even difference. If you look at the gold here, I scroll down, you can see that the gold at one point peaked at like 4,000, but then dropped back down. There's the Baron was like here, so Baron ended like here. So we're going to say that's even. But I mean, between 2 and 4,000, they're all within the 6,000 gold swing. And then just like the last team fight, and then obviously the last team fight of the giant gold spikes. So there are the stats here for the players. And we'll throw it up to this one. Okay, I'm going to leave this up here, and I'm going to get ready for game number 2. Okay, real quick before we jump into this one, I do like Redacted's switching ability here to change up their team comp. They still kind of have the assassin sort of jungler with the Kayn. The fighty top laner, they went much more aggressive here with the Jax. But I like how that they picked up the Seraphine for themselves. I think Seraphine did a job and then really good in that first game. And they banned out the Anivia and the Cho'Gath. So definitely look at the target bans, particularly them. Definitely good adaptation from them. Get rid of the things that were really successful for Raven Esports in game 1. We're going to see how well it works for them. And Raven Esports running a completely different lineup as they have Nico and Lilia, Ashe, Thresh, and Gnar. So let's jump right on over to the game. Okay, and we should be starting. There we go, and we will highlight everything as they run on out. For Redacted, Theatrical on top lane and the Jax, FSN Rin on the Kayn jungle, Blood Sonata on the Seraphine mid lane, Boozasaurus on the Kai'Sa AD carry, and Mikoto on the Leona support, as we do maybe see some in action. Most of this playoffs, we've seen a very passive fan style, no invades coming out from teams in the playoffs really at all, at any level, any of the divisions. I find that interesting, particularly if you're behind. Sometimes you feel like you have to force it and force a play. Now, they may be doing a late invade here. And so before they do that, we have Obilum on the Gnar top lane, Samuel P on the Nico jungle, Beta Linux on the, oh my gosh, Lilia jungle, Beta Linux on the Nico mid, the only Mr. EO on the AD carry Ashe, and the I'm a Timmy on the Thresh support. So it looks like we have double invade on the red side, trying to get vision on where these junglers are starting. Now, both these junglers can start the chickens, and I think that's particularly what they are looking for both, junglers to start there. And with that type of start, maybe we'll see some top-down jungling. Maybe we'll see some super shenanigans as the directed camera is going to follow. I guess I have a lockdown Ashe. That's my bad. Leona eventually going to make it down here, as Nico's going to pick up red. Lilia and Nico, their pictures are so close. Lilia is the jungler, Nico's the mid laner. The Amo's the caster. Redacted is playing Raven Esports here in the Piltover division. Game number 2, round 1. Game 1 did go over to Raven Esports, just like the series did during the regular season, as Ashe has hit level 2 first. So look at that, Ashe level 2 engages. There we have the Hook and Ignite coming out on the side of Thresh. Flash has been burnt by Buzosaurus to escape that one. So that early level 2 advantage definitely by the better wave clear coming out at level from Ashe, as we now have Gnar being ganked and Flash out. Nice job, so he doesn't get stunned. He's trying to finish this one up. He does not have jump. And so first blood is going to go over to the Rin. And teleport, oh my gosh, this Gnar is going to be in trouble. I was about to say, if he had the leap strike, that would have been probably another, just hang out under tower. This is going to be really nice for Jax that he picked up the assist there and the lead. Nice hook by Thresh and the Flay. Ashe should probably just crash this, and they may be back. Not enough minions, I think, to back here. So they're going to throw out the Hawk Shot, but, the junglers are doing the top-down thing. So Gnar is the one out here on an island. No one's going to come and help Gnar. Gnar is kind of stuck, and this is kind of rough. When you're the top laner, you're pushing in, and you're just bait right now. I'm surprised Kane has not been back up here yet, seeing how far you're pushed in. I mean, this is what you do when you do top-down jungler, right? You're focusing all of your gold, and you want to get this Jax in a really good spot, as Gnar's going to try and go out and ward. Now, Flash is down. It teleports down. Go get him. Come on. Get him before he disappears. They're waiting on something. And he backed. So that's a, really disappointing on the side of Rin. Gnar's able to get that back off. And by Boots should be able to help him keep that mobility in lane, particularly when he switches from Mega to Mini form, getting the extra movement speed. First Dragon is going to be an Ocean. We'll see that. Ooh, great combo by Beta Linux on Blood Sonata. That Nico and Lilia have control of this mid lane and bottom with the Ashe Thresh, that they could just, keep control of this area and do the Dragon. But instead, the Lilia has gone towards the top half. Going to help relieve some of that pressure on the Gnar. Nice little movement speed. And it looks like we're maybe going to get a stun. Tries to jump out. Lilia's going to jump in. Flashing out. Baby hop. Not going to matter. And out Theatrical goes. Nice job by the Jax. Every time the camera's cut down here to the bot lane, it's definitely been a positive for Raven Esports, because threat means Thresh is laying flays or hooks. And Flash out on the side of Ashe. Nice flay here to push the Kane off of him. And in goes Leona, and probably the hook there. And Lantern, but not far enough back. Boozosaurus with the kill. Okay, with the kill down here in bot lane, what I thought would have been an easy dragon for Raven Esports is now being handed over for Redacted. And, you know, no real contest here. Nice Ocean Dragon. It's before 6.5 minutes, means we could have even an extended laning phase. The teams that like to get Ocean probably like to keep Ocean in laning phase for as long as possible. That extra little, you know, health is always nice. Oh my gosh, every chance that Jax gets now that he's level 6 compared to level 5 of Gnar, he's going to jump in there. We will see if it matters. Lily is coming up here for a gank. He is going to jump in here and just straight up kill the Gnar. Lilia is on a ward and was clearing it out before ganking, and that's just a straight dead top laner. Jack's going to jump to her. And jeez, all the damage. Okay, that's a flash. Oh, flash EQ from Leona, and Theatrical with the one bop right on the head with his staff. Down goes the deer. And Kane with the dead jungler goes and steals the red buff. This game is going all towards Redacted. And looks like Leona's like, you know what? I like that one. Goes in again with the help of the Seraphine and Nico. Oh, Beta Linux with the superb play. Jukes. Everyone thought she was going in the tower, and she went right at the enemy team. Great job on that tricky Meiji chameleon creature thingy that it's supposed to be. They're now invading, and here is Mikioto on the Leona, and Kai says, now Nico's going to go in for the snare. We'll go big screen here. Does get the knockup, and there's the slow down by the Kane. They're trying to finish off as Lantern's been done as they're trying to run up north that way, and Kane's going to ultimate in the Ashe and just slide on around and pick up that kill here, as now Kane is left too lonesome. Not enough, as Thresh is going to take that one, but a 1-for-1. I don't think anyone was just real healthy enough to fight that on the side of Redacted. Let's see here. Kane has gone... Rast? Red? What? Is he Red Kane now? Shadow Assassin won. He's gone Assassin Kane. He's gone Blue Kane. Because he was like, I was like, oh, what color is that? Gold? I don't know. Gold Kane. Okay. The lanes, once again, fairly even, with the Kane being the early aggressor here, definitely setting the tempo on the side of Redacted. With the help of Leona, the Mikioto and the, the Moby Boots has done an excellent job out of lane to make sure he get the gank in top and mid in his favor. As Gnar going to jump forward and throw a boulder. He's going to miss. Great ultimate. And in comes Kane. He's super fast. And he does get the slow. 1 auto, 2 auto with the spin. And down goes Gnar. Jax is now 3-0-1. And this is going to be a rough top lane and split push. I expect Theatrical to get his, his shoes on. His hiking boots. Because he's going to be going all over the map. On the split push. His solo, he's going to be packing his camping gear because he's going to be going out and about. Nice play off of the E. There's the ultimate on the side of Leona. The stun, everything down as Kais is going to be able to finish down the Ashe. all of the damage coming through with that lethality build coming in with the early Syrinx Dirk. As Shelly was been picked up by Kane. 7-1. This game is really going in favor. 2,500 up for Redacted. Although, not a whole lot of tower plates. The tower plates have been taken actually by the Ashe Thresh bot lane. Dragon spawning here. It's going to be an Air Drake as Boozosaurus stayed a little too long to push this lane in. Going to get nice flayed and hook. And in comes Kane with one auto spins. And Leona's going to go in there, see if they can have enough damage to finish out the Thresh. Not going to happen. Kane's going to go back into the wall and try to spin and finish. And he goes going to ult and dash out. Ooh, nice job as Nico and Lilia are going to come down here to the bot lane. They're into the cove. Leona's going to go over the wall. Redash in by Rakan, but there is spinning to win on the side of Lilia as well. As now Leona is stuck here in the on-cove and just being auto-attacked to death as Beta Linux is going to pick up that kill. And with two members down, because it looks like the Kaisa is now back alive, it's going to be Rush to Dragon for Raven Esports. So as well as the game 2 was going, the nice early collapse here by Redacted means that they're going to be looking good. Seraphine with the whiff here on the ultimate, and Nico's going to spawn with the ult of her own that misses. And Boozosaurus is going to just walk up and not going to be able to take the dragon as Lily is going to take one flash over the wall, but dies to probably a Q from Kaisa. Okay, so good. Nar's just going to have to bounce out of this one. And there is Kane dropping Shelly here in the mid lane. Going to get hand over a lot of that gold over to Seraphine. And it looks like Leona getting caught placing a pink ward into the flay and hook and Ash Arrow. Nice ult from Leona to disengage as they were not sure where Kane was. They weren't going to finish that one off. Kane's over here busy taking red buff though. Gonna fight the Lilia. Sleep is gonna happen. And Kane's just gonna go right back through a wall. Nar's gonna hop it. And then Kane's gonna go back through a wall again, try and heal up. And then he's gonna try and do a dash. He's trying to do a spin. And he's gone inside the enemy jungler. And he's gonna pop on out with the kill. And Nar not enough to do a thing. And this tower is nearly done. Looks like Nico took the bad trade with the Seraphine all while that happened. We're not even at 14 minutes, and we already have 14 kills for the game. So just like everything in Seal, 1 kill per minute. Tower plates. Nar's gotten 0. Jax has gotten 2. Seraphine's gotten 4. Nico's gotten 0. Ashe and Thresh, I think, gotten 2 or 3. And Kaisa and Leona, I think, only got 1. Try and remember those. And that's where the 3.9k gold lead is coming for Redacted. I'm going to say most of that's going to be on the Jax. Yeah, he's almost 2 of that 1,000 up. He's almost 2,000 up on Nar. And flashing out. Oh my gosh. Mikioto with an attempt. That was definitely an attempt for sure. As Kane now is getting in onto the Lilia. And he just, as ult, it looks like Leona's going to go forward and tries to drop the Knight. Nope, Kane's going to drop that one. He drops everything. Ash Arrow's going to be a miss. Ooh, Beta Linux again. Slippery Chameleon. As the second time in a row. Ooh, Ash Arrow on the side. And now we're going to have Seraphine does a nice combo here. Trying to finish that one on Beta. And it's going to be jumped on by Kaisa coming with the ultimate. Boozosaurus is going to pick up the double. So we have the Chameleon, who's slipped through like 3 ganks right now. Just been gone into the clone thing. So, if you haven't paid attention, I'm not the biggest fan of, Shaco Trickster Games, Nico Trickster Games, Troll Pole and Pool from those, you know, Vladimir and Fizz. It's just a personal preference style that when they're on the enemy team, they're just like some of the most untargetable abilities, just annoy me the most in League of Legends. But definitely when you put them in hands of a skilled player, you can see the highlights and the importance of these types of abilities, and definitely Betalytics is using that skill to optimal level right now. Also, Rin on the Kayn has done an excellent job of dipping in and out of walls and champions to great success as well. So, with 1 minute till Dragon, now Shelly number 2 or Susan could be taken. So we're clearing out some vision. Seraphine hasn't been participating in a whole lot of things yet, but is got 3 assists, so looking good for this mid lane matchup, as Nico's been kind of running around trying to make everything happen. It's a lot more of an even damage team comp from both these teams than last time, as we're going to see Lilia try and get in. There's the boost mine. He's going to jump in. Oh my gosh, he just basically one combos Lilia down to a quarter health. Yikes. That was impressive. Now let's go back to Kayn. Is Kayn going to go over? Is Leona's actually going to go in and miss the ultimate teleport for Seraphine down here in the bot lane as Kai'Sa's trying to lay down some damage. And Thresh Hook's going to pull in. Ashe is trying to deal damage. Seraphine is laying the charm coming on there. And there is the slow as well. And the poor Thresh just was immobile for almost felt like a lifetime. Well, it was, because he's dead. And with clearing out the vision here, Dragon has spawned, and so has Susan. And it looks like the side of Redacted, they're going to be going for both at the same time. The bot lane's taking Dragon, the jungler's taking the Rift Herald, and this means that gold is going to explode here in the next 2 to 3 minutes in favor of Redacted. And this poor Nar's getting jumped on yet again. He's going to go Mega Form, but I don't think it's going to particularly matter, just to get some health back. Kayn, you got it yet? It's 1,000 health. Okay, Leona, blast cone to safely. I mean, I would not take the Rift Herald up here. I would not take it here. Take it the bot lane. Oh, jeez, Seraphine combo. A Nico ultimate. Not going to land on anyone. Wow, they burn everything. Let's watch this. I want to watch this tower dive. Ashe Arrow. It's coming up here. It's coming. It's coming. It hits no one. But a good check of the Tribush area. Nico and Gnar. Ooh, we got the sleep on. He's in the wall. Okay, so this just did not work at all. I thought this was going to have a dive here. They've been up here for a little while. Gnar and Lily have done an excellent job backing this one off. Gnar's, oh, great job, jump away. Then the flash. He's going to go Mega Gnar here. Do not want to be here as Ashe is going to get dice slammed down, and there's the Thresher. Let's see what's going to happen as the tower is going to get dropped down, and the help of this is King. He's actually going to take down the Lilia, and Jackson the one doing auto, and Kang's back into the wall and comes right back out again. Yet again, slippery guys, and now he's got a triple kill. Nico's now here for the ultimate. That's just going to land on the Leona. Final Q is going to take that one down as Kai'Sa actually finished the Ashe down in the bot lane. Means this is going to be a tier 1 in bot as well. The dive, it took a while for the setup, but it was execution once it happened fairly well for Redacted. Only losing the support, which is perfectly acceptable. You got 2 towers out of it, top and bot. Kayn picked up some kills. Jax got some assists. Leona obviously participating in it. And we have 4 bounties on the side of Redacted. They definitely have a large gold lead right now. Up 8,000 gold here at 20 minutes. And Kai'Sa's just going to go straight in onto the 80 carry and just straight up 1v1. That is a godlike Kai'Sa. Game 1 was pretty even until about, what, 25, 30 minutes? Game 2 has all been redacted, just slowly peeling away, and now we're at the point when people start getting into their second items, while the people on the enemy team have barely finished one, or just barely starting their components for a second. That's when you can really start to see the difference here. It's like, you know, level 11 on the Kane compared to level 9 on the Seraphine. Look, Jax just did one combo and took, you know, Gnar down to have us healthy. He was getting the Mega Gnar to get any of that back at all. And then Gnar does an entire combo, and Jax just like autos him twice and already back up. He's going to be able to steal this jungle if he wants to. And he just straight flashed it on him. Flash Q. And now we have Leona getting caught with 4 people here, trying to deal as much damage. In goes Kai'Sa trying to lay support, and Nico's going to pop the ultimate, and out goes, and Kane's going to be able to go in, and flashing out is the Lilia. Now Ashe and Thresh, nice dash on the side of Kane, who's going to go into the wall and slide all the way down. Thresh with the hook is not going to land, but there's the slow coming out on the side of Ashe. Seraphine with the charm does land on 3, followed by the Kai'Sa, and the damage coming out. Great stun is at Nico. Sorry, Jax is going to jump in there, and stun coming out. Theatrical has gone unstoppable, and he's just jumping and spinning and hitting people with his lantern. Boozasaur is following up with the damage as well from QW ENR. Okay, so technically E doesn't deal damage because but it gives movement and attack speed, so we're gonna make it count. As it looks like Jax is gonna go for a dive here, and he's got Blade of the Rune King. He can just straight up kill Beta Linux. I'm sorry, man. That's not going to save you this time, as just too many champions around, and Jax is not going to care. He's just going to take the tower. Or not. Is he going to die? Ooh, getting close. Dragon in 10 seconds. Look at his health just go up. 21 health every second. Just And let's see here. What dragon is this going to be? This is Mountain. The second mountain on the of Redacted. Their third dragon. When they're up now, what, almost 10, they're up 10,000 gold at 23 minutes. I'm going to say they fairly have this and they haven't won it yet, but it's pretty strong here. So what do you need to do if you are on the side of Raven Esports into this absurd gold lead? Oh my gosh, Kai'Sa with 3 items. Whew. You need a pick, right? You have Ashe into Nico, not Gnar, but like Lilia, Thresh. You have a really good attempt with your team to get a long-range pick, and you're just going to have to find someone off by themselves. Probably not the Jax, as he's level 15. He's 2 levels higher than anyone else on your team, and that's Gnar and Nico. And he's 5 levels ahead of the support. So probably not the Jax, unless you get like a 3v1, and even then it could be rough. So probably look for a pick on this bot lane. Leona has been roaming around a lot. She's only level 9. That could be a nice target, although she is a little on the tanky side. So you have to set up your vision properly and figure what the next objective is. So I'm going to guess it's going to be Baron, and you can't just pull everything here. As they're running in a group here, as Lilia just dies to Jackson lane. Can't be doing that if you're going to be trying to set up for a defense. I don't know if you can... Tower defense is not necessarily going to be yours. I mean, it's going to be actually decent. But Kai'Sa has to get too close in the range. But you're not going to be doing anything if you're just sitting behind a tower, right? Like, yeah, your towers will stay up, but you're not collecting any gold from any of your jungle camps, or then you're splitting the CS up amongst whoever's there in the tower defense. So, I think you're going to have to go off in like a 4-1 type of situation and ward up 1/4 of jungle. Probably prefer around this top tier 2, because that's where it seems like Jax is going to want to be split pushing. And you're just going to have to focus that. As you see, then they go in for Baron, you kind of have to do this. As Jax has done an excellent job. Beta Lynx is going to happen. Gnar's going to go for autos, but once again, Jax isn't really the target, and particularly you're going to need a long-range stun like Ashe to really lock him down if you're going to want to be fighting him. The entire time I'm setting this up, I mean, Redacted easily just took Baron, right? I mean, just talking about them. Look at Kane. 1 combos the Lilia into the sleep. And Kaisa steals it with the W. What a jerk. What a jerk Boozosaurus is. As Kaisa's going to ult in onto the Gnar, and Flash Q from Rin has taken down the prehistoric Yordle. He's going to drop. Nico's going to pop the ulti, the nice shield, but there's the Gale Force taken down, and looks like Jax and Kaisa are going to finish one. Flash W by Ashe to get the slow, and there is the stun. Prime getting another one here, but Seraphine's come as well. She's going to miss out her slow ability, trying to get a snare. That's not going to matter as Kaisa gone legendary. We have a 15-1-2 Kaisa at 26 minutes. Yikes. This Kaisa is fed. This is looking like a real strong game 2 here, particularly for Redacted, as they are now up 29-10 in kills. All the gold is on their carries. Kane definitely got the match started. It's 52.8 thousand to 38.7 thousand. The gold differential is really starting to grow bigger and bigger by the minute. And at this point of the game, it still really matters because, like I said, 2 completed items versus an item and a half, or 3 completed items compared to 2 completed items, is going to make a ginormous difference in these team fights. Now, Dragons here in 1 minute. It is going to be Soul Mountain for the side of Redacted. And that just makes Jax even more tankier, right? Who's picked up a Sterix Gauge. It's just going to be ridiculously tanky on their side with the extra shield, armor, magic resist. Going to be so helpful. And Kaisa has now picked up a... At first I thought she picked up a GA, but I think she sold it and just went for the longsword and the stopwatch. Jax going to make Nico flash. And in comes Kane. Dashes and E's. And dashes again. That's a dead jungler. Ooh, nice snare by the Nico, but it's not going to matter as Kane slipped through the wall. Dragon now here in 24 seconds. I think they're going to be pushing in this tier 2 down here in the bot lane, and now they're just going to transition everything to the bot. Jax, once again, does not care what's happening on an objective. He cares about towers. He has not shown up to objective once yet this game. Other than, I think, the one thing is Leona's going to go in onto the Ashe with the E, then the Q, then the R, and the help of Kane. That's going to be a dead 80 carry, and Jax not able to participate because Thresh burnt all the CC on Jax. And Baron is still being used here. I don't know how much they were up with Baron because it's fallen off right now. It doesn't particularly matter when you're up 15,000 gold. They were up, what, 9? So we're looking at like a 6,000 gold Baron power play. We'll call it a 6,000 gold. Could have been 5, could have been 4 for Redacted. But they are looking ridiculously strong here. Will they back or will they just keep pushing in? Now they no longer have Baron. They could go back and spend their gold, but they just did pick up Mountain Soul, so they are very, very tanky. And you don't want to like let the minions do too much work here. And Jax is at level 17. He's ready to end the game, I think. Whacking away. I mean, Lilia with the sleep could start, but the team's not all here. There's no minions in mid lane, so there's nowhere for Redacted to go. Maybe we'll see an Ashe Arrow as well. Trying to see how they want to set this up. Hook in onto Leona. Ashe Arrow as well. Gnar goes in there trying to get an ultimate. It looks like they're just going to be on the Jax. Seraphine off to the side. Just get the charm. It looks like we're at full damage here. Down goes the Gnar. A damage has come out, and Nico has taken out Leona as we have a golden Nico there trying to fish one off, and Seraphine going to fish one off. We have flashing in over the gate there as the only one left alive is Thresh, and this is going to be a dead support between Kane, and it looks like they're just going to hunt down him with the help of Seraphine. Kane's probably going to pick that one. Never mind. Kaisa says, I'm the carry in this game. Give me all of the gold. Give me all of the kills. And Seraphine is and 1-0-13. Excellent job out of the Seraphine. But Kaisa, 16-1-6. 12-5-5 on the Kane. 7-0-12 on the Jax. A extremely strong performance by Redacted here in Game 2 to tie the series. That was a very strong performance by Redacted here in Game number 2. So there are your stats. And this gold graph looks like a staircase, right? There's no, yeah, there's like what, one dip right here when they get a couple of kills, and then dragon, it's just a straight, just right up the whole way in favor of Redacted. So excellent job. You can even see, I don't know if we can scroll down, this is where all the kills are on the kill map. This is one of the cool things you like to look at. Where are all the kills? One kill here, like right past the river, and everything else is on the side of Raven Esports. So with this does mean we will be going over to a game 3. So pretty hyped that we got a 3-game series coming at you today. I'm going to leave this screen on up here while I get everything set up for game number 3. Welcome back, everyone, to game number 3 between Redacted and Raven Esports. The series is tied 1-1. here in the playoffs. First round, it's been pretty hype going on so far. I've been pretty excited to cast this series for you today, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. And we saw game one was really even between the two team comps, and in game number 2, Redacted just took the lead and snowballed all through behind the Kane and then the Kaisa, and got ridiculously fed along with the Jax. So, Kane into, Jackson and then into Kaisa just really dominated. We'll see how game number 3 goes here. Excuse me, as everything, I needed to get the water. Real quick, you look at the pick bands as Redacted's the one with the Gnar, and Seraphine has been, I want to say, the most important pick in this series so far, and it has been on blue side in games 1 and 2. It has won on blue side in games 1 and 2, and we will see if that trend will continue or if another trend will show up and break it as well. So I don't think that's an Annie pick, but we will find out here in a moment. Just waiting for the VOD to load up here. Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday afternoon. We have a Thursday match tonight, semifinals between, I think it's this division, if I'm not mistaken, Piltover division between, or is it another division? Freljord division, sorry, Kamikaze Penguins versus Next Esports. So definitely get excited to see that before we get started. So we will flip on over. Hasagi! And we'll get it started. Raven Esports, we got Bill WMB, Bill WBM, or whatever. On the Alawi, I think this was banned in games 1 and 2. Ryus are not on this, so definitely must be a one trick on that champion. Samuel P on the new jungle this time. Beta Linux pulling out the Malzahar. The only Mr. EO on the Caitlyn. And I'm a Timmy back on the Seraphine support. We got Theatrical running the Gnar in this game. Rin on the Jungle Hecarim. Blood Sonata on the Cassiopeia. Boozosaurus on the Jin 80 carry. And Mikioto back on that Leona play. And we're once again fanning each other because it's game 3. Win and go home. Or win and stay, lose and go home. Don't want to risk it. Biscuit's not worth it in game 3, I guess. Also, I don't think either one of these teams has a really good invade comp. I mean, the what team with Leona probably does, but your follow-up damage from Jin can be situational, and same with Cassiopeia. Junglers will both be starting on the bottom half of the map, then going towards top. We'll see if that makes any difference. We'll see if Jungle Nunu wants to come out and do some invades. It happens. So I believe it was the odd one who said, you don't play Jungle Nunu to play the game, you play Jungle Nunu to make the enemy jungler not play the game. Or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. Maybe misrepresent. I think I got the point across. May not have used the exact terminology he did, but I definitely knows what it says. This Nunu has be looking at a level 2 gank down here in the bot lane. He is flashing in. Nunu just gonna run that ball right into the support, and munchy. Caitlyn's gonna pick up the first kill. So yeah. Super early level 2 gank. That lane gank rarity on that is extremely high. Very impressed. And, out of the box thinking coming on the side of Samuel there. And he's just going to return and just go straight up, use the snowball through mid. He's going to towards his blue buff, but that's probably not going to be there. Hecarim, he's clearing it out. It's going to be level 2. Who? No. Hecarim has us have the smite, and it does look like he's going to smite it. He's going to try and probably have to ghost his way out of here. He is, so that's going to be a ghost burnt for blue buff. And I mean, against a Nunu, it's not the end of the world, but rebuffing the enemy jungler always feels nice. I mean, you gotta leave though when you 3-buff them. You can't stick around and try and fight for Scuttle Crab. And it looks like Nunu's just gonna go from top Scuttle now to bottom Scuttle. We're going to have a lot less slippery plays, I think, here in this game compared to last game. We'll have to deal with, like, Kayn and Nico, you know, and Rakan. It's going to be a lot easier who goes in and out. As now Jhin and Leona are fighting here over the Scuttle Crab against this, and it looks like Jhin is going to go for the crit and try and run away from the snowball. He's going to get put down. Here's Leona's going to go over the wall, and there's CasualEAL ruining everything, but Caitlyn's going to pick up that kill. Hecarim's going to try and go in here and deal some damage, but she's going to be taken out by the Caitlyn as well. We now have a 3-0 Caitlyn at 4.5 minutes. So this game is going very poorly for Redacted. It is going very well for Raven Esports. 3-0 Caitlyn before 5 minutes is just ridiculous. As, ooh, the grounding stops the Nunu from going in any further. Just going to flash in with the W, finish this one with the Chomp. Just going to get some health back. Malzahar is here as well, trying to pop into the CasualEAL has actually run out of mana. Malzahar, flash over the wall, buddy. You could have... Oh, never mind. You're also out of mana. Mid laners able to just kind of control this one. Oh, jeez. See if it matters. Malzahar and Nunu now on the jungle, on the dragon. With the help of Seraphine and Caitlyn. This should be a pretty good dragon for them to get here. It is going to be Infernal. This early in the game is going to feel really impactful in the laning phase. Any extra little bit of damage is always helpful. Hecarim trying to look at to get any stragglers on the way out. Not going to find any. But Nunu is going to go straight back down to the bot lane. No one has flash down here. And it looks like Jhin is going to be gone here. And they're going to... Oh, Nunu is going to take that one. That's okay. He's 1-0-3. As Samuel P was like, Rin made his, you know, presence felt all in game 2. It's my turn to return the favor. Okay, well, we haven't had much time to talk about this top lane matchup between Alawi and Gnar, as both the top laners have back and purchased and teleported back to lane. It's basically just can Gnar dodge Alawi's East little snares? If Gnar can, then it should be an okay lane for Gnar. And if can't, then Alawi's going to be really in control of how the rest of the lane phase goes. Seeing as they're even CS right now, it's going to be pretty basic. Malzahar versus CasualEAL. CasualEAL just sort of going to clear everything out. Malzahar also clears everything out relatively quickly. These mages here in the mid lane, basically just whichever one. They're both control mages, right? So how well, you know, the CasualEAL can you know, heal up off of the poison versus how well Malzahar can push in and not get ganked by the Hecarim. Nunu is finally getting some time in his jungle here, but Hecarim is really out farming him CS-wise. And we'll see, is level 5, and he's going to just push the flash by, back in ultimate in the tower shot range. Is going to be enough with the silence. Not going to be enough, but excellent job by Beta Linux on to escape that gank. Going to push up the wave one more time as Nunu's going to do an invade. Leona has gone on an early roam up here the top wave. She did this in the last game when it was the Jar, and it looks like Leona's going to get slammed down as, oh my gosh, the Alawi ultimate. Oh, all the tentacles. This is the problem when you gank a Liawi. When she's level 6, you just get pulled in and you just get absolutely obliterated to not CC. She was able to slap everything down. And Nunu's like, ooh, I'm here for a drive-by. Caitlyn and Seraphine dropping all the damage, Ignite and Ultimate in, pushing Jhin off of the tower. Means that they're going to have control of this bot lane. This looks like a repeat of last game where the team on the blue side just absolutely dominating everything. Their jungler got off a bunch of ganks earlier, really allowing the lanes to get into control. Top lane going well, bot lane going well, mid lane even. Dragon going over to blue side as well, as they're up 3,000 gold lead at 9 minutes. 3,000 in 9 minutes is pretty impressive. Considering in game 1 where these teams were so even, it took, what, basically over 30 minutes before anyone had more than a 4,000 gold lead. That, we're already at 3,000 gold lead here in under 10 minutes. Oh, Nar's going to go in, and it's trying to deal as much damage as he can onto this Alawi. And it's just the tentacle slaps and the just doing their job. It's going to be who can push the lane out. Now, we'll see where the junglers want to show up next. Dragon here is coming up in 30 minutes. We'll see if that makes any particular difference on how these junglers want to path. And Flash Seraphine ulti is going to miss onto the Jhin, who burns Flash as well. Nunu was coming in with the snowball. And dropping Rift Herald. Shelly was picked up very early. I missed that being picked up. But with it being spawned here in the bot lane and a cannon minion wave and the snowball coming through, Seraphine looking to charge through. I think they're just trying to get in onto the Jhin before the tower can actually go down. Down goes one champion, and they're going to be able to take this tower as there's the Nunu ult going to take out the second one. I think Nunu gets a double kill and the first dragon of the game, or tower of the game, before 11 minutes. Means all 5 tower plates did drop to this bot lane. And those are the only tower plates in the game that actually have been taken. So the gold lead is now going to be way in favor of Raven Esports. 5,000 gold at 11 minutes. Game 1, like I said, took 30 minutes to get to this point. Second dragon. Or I guess 4,500. I mean, we're at... Now they're just looking... Oh my gosh, they are running on a... You know, really well right now. I'm very impressed that their comeback from game 2 to this one. And just basically returning the favor. And we have an Alawi whose first item, Sterix, for that extra health. It's going to be great in the all-ins. Getting that shield. Also doesn't particularly need a mythic item right away. Jeez. Meganar here. Gonna get slapped by one tentacle as the minions do their job. And it looks like, let's go down the Nunu. He may be dying to a gank here as they're trying to get over onto... He's on his red buff. And he's going to walk right... Oh, there's nothing here. He turns right around into Cassiopeia in the Hecarim, and Leona's probably going to happen. Nunu's going to flash out of that one as Silence has come through. There's the Malzahar ult, and Seraphine ult layered on top of it as well. And no, Hecarim ult's going to get him out of there by just enough. And Ghost as well, as there was a 3-man dive onto Nunu, but he is too tanky to live through that one. I'm impressed. If Seraphine would have waited like another second, I think probably would have layered the Malzahar ultimate into properly, so you would have been able to get the Hecarim. But the fact that Nunu escaped that one is very impressive, as we now have 4 people going down here, and Jin is trying to do the damage sandwich with Cassiopeia. Hecarim's going to be wrapping around out of damage, and Seraphine's actually going to drop to the Jin, as they couldn't get around this corner, and it was a 4v2, and it goes in favor of Redacted, picking up their first 2 kills of the game. And Gnar, he's going to get a kill on the Alawi. It's the tower with the assist. Excellent job by Gnar. Down 40 CS, but doesn't matter. Is able to pick up the kill. Good job, Gnar. This game started off 100% all Raven Esports. And like I said, almost 5,000 gold up at 11 minutes. 3 minutes later, it's now down to 3. As Leona's going to flash E in onto the Caitlyn. Curtain call, plus the ultimate and the grounding. That's going to be a dead Caitlyn. All 4 members of Redacted piled in and helped with that one. Hecarim taking home the kill credit. And it looks like we are going to get some type of NAA ram now, as you're so early into the game that the towers have taken that first tower. Almost a bit of a hindrance, because you can't really put anyone in the bot lane yet, because no one feels comfortable on the split push. So everyone's just going to sort of fed into here, and that means that someone on the side of Redacted, looks like the Jin in this instance, is going to be able to keep going down the bot lane and collecting the farm slowly. And not push it out entirely, but slowly last hit, freezing it there. Flash in by the Malzahar, followed by the Seraphine stun, and the snowball from Nunu means that is a dead Cassiopeia. So looks like the favor got returned, this time on the mid laner. Caitlyn's now here. This is going to be a dead tier 1 tower at 15 minutes. So they're going to rotate on up. Dragon in 50 seconds, but maybe they'll do Rift Herald, because it's going to be spawning in less than 10. And Alawi just slapping tentacles around here in the top lane. Flashing in, misses the ultimate combo. I'm not sure exactly how that was supposed to go. As they're on to Shelly. As Alawi takes the tower in the top wave, so has teleport to join the fight at Dragon as they're rushing all there. This may be a make or break moment for Redacted. Cassiopeia with the grounding, as it looks like they're going to be trying to fight over this Dragon. They're in a bush. We have a death bush here, and the Hecarim's going to go in with the Leona, take out the Seraphine. Ultimate lands on the Caitlyn, that's not going to matter. Down goes Nunu, and Hecarim's going to ghost in. Malzahar is out of mana, can't do very much, and Jin auto attack's going to take down the enemy AD carry, and that is a excellent bush. Just go button, right? Excellent job on the side of Redacted. They didn't have much options left to stay in this game. By picking up the Ocean Dragon is definitely going to help them. Getting those shutdowns is going to help them. And it's what they needed, right? Because they were starting to fall behind. They had lost now all their outer towers and both Scuttle Crabs. They could not lose basically a 3rd dragon for nothing. And getting all of those kills was just beautiful for them. Game 3, it brings out some of the best action here in CEAL playoffs. It is looking excellent. I'm really excited to be bringing this match to you here this afternoon. Hopefully you've been having a good day as we check in on things. Overall score, it's 3-0 in towers for Raven Esports, 8-7 in kills for Raven Esports, and they are up about 3,000 gold. Their peak was around 5,000, and they've, it's been between 5,000 and 2,000 gold, bouncing back and forth between there. on this. They haven't been able to fully get that full grasp, but that Nunu has made his impact a lot early. It was 1-0-3 early on, and is now 3-2-4, able to get out of one gank. So the accelerated pace that they were on has definitely been slowed down a little bit post the 11-minute mark, but we will see how it goes on to continue, as he's just going to snowball the Jhin. Doesn't matter that he Gale Forces into the Seraphine ult, because the extended range, and drown goes Boozasaurus. I think Seraphine Ultimate needs to no longer get that extended range. I think that's the nerf that needs to come in, because that should... I mean, if that was Sona, that wouldn't have hit the Jhin at all, right? I mean, I know they're technically different champions, but getting that extended range, pretty crazy, as Susan was used to take tier 2 in mid lane. Nunu has said, I heard the caster talking, even though this is a VOD, about me not making any ganks or proactive plays, as he goes for another one here in the top wave. And it looks like Alawi's just going to start slamming everything down, and Seraphine with the stun on the Ghost. Not going to matter. Caitlyn's in the bot lane, split pushing herself. Check in on that AD carry real quick. That's a dead tower. We'll go back to top lane here and see what they want to do, as Alawi does get a pull in onto Leona. Get a Ghost, and she's now going to be having tentacles spawn near her, slapping things down. As the rest of Raven Esports is up here, Nunu taking the jungle camp right below us. Caitlyn's pushing in. That's a 3-man Gnar ultimate, and Malzahar's going to counter, and Seraphine's going to try and jump out of it. And look at all the tentacles slapping around each other. It's going to be absolutely crazy as Nunu is tower diving. Jhin is the one left alive on the side of Redacted Esports, and a killing spree for Hecarim somehow. Everyone died, except for the mid laner and the jungler. Just all the area effect damage. Did all the... everything. All the bright colors. Nunu gonna wrap around now. And that's Gale Forces. Saved Jhin at least twice. Caitlyn's been in bot lane the entire time. With a split push flash by CasualEAL to get the root in onto the Nunu. And there's the ultimate for the slow. Can they chase down the Malzahar? There's the root by Jhin and a crit shot coming in. Malzahar drops the vision, but that's not going to matter, as Caitlyn is still down in bot lane. Wasn't able to get the inhibitor tower, but dealt like 3/4 of the health to it, as Hecarim is on the chase. Trying to get the slow. Nets, 1 autos, 2 autos. Drop a little thing, a heal. I mean, you're down a level. Jungle diff right now, right? Jungle diff. Caitlyn, you've been split pushing for 3 minutes by yourself, and the level 11 Hecarim can just run you down. This is the problem right now. Junglers, too much power. I'm kidding, no junglers, you keep your power. Please do not hand it over to AD carries. AD carries are for late game. Plus, she doesn't have boots. If she would have had boots, that wouldn't have happened. This is all Caitlyn's fault for not buying boots. All in Jess. Hopefully we're having good action here, as Dragon is going to be spawning in 30 seconds. Let's see what they want to do with it. Are we going to have a 5v5? Malzahar's picking up blue. Ooh. Will we have another, bush gank? 5 men in a bush, 4 men in a bush. Hecarim is level up on the Nunu. Clearing out some vision by both these teams now. Malzahar's stuck up here. He got slowed, maybe. Hecarim's going to go in, and nope, Malzahar's just going to straight up ult the Hecarim, and Hecarim's going to return, and that's going to be a dead mid laner, stuck away from the team, didn't have much choices. We now have Alawi, misses the pull. Needs to set up tentacles for this fight if she's going to be here. She wants the fight to be in the bottom half now. The Shrine does favor Redacted here, as we look to set everything up with the area effect damage. Nice traps. Leona is going to step on that one. Seraphine's going to land one root. There's the Leona ultimate that's going to land on no one with the ultimate, and Shin's going to ult, and CasualEAL ult's going to land on Alawi, who goes for the pull. She's going to drop the ultimate tunnel. It's not going to go down. Caitlyn's going all the way to the left-hand side, trying to land much damage onto the Gnar as possible, but that's not going to happen. Is down goes Seraphine, as we now have Nunu go in for a flash ultimate. He's going to try and chomp away, and he's going to drop as well. Double kill for the CasualEAL, as the CC and damage focus is done much better on the side of Redacted, as Narnar's jumped over the wall, lands the boomerang, gone on a killing spree. That is now a kill lead for Redacted. How is this even possible? They were getting obliterated in the early game, and now they've taken the kill lead and their second Ocean Dragon of the game. That Malzahar pick to start the fight really made a big difference. And then, like I said, the layering the CC, the Hecarim split the team. Alawi guy, I think, got ulted by the CasualEAL, so she never got her ultimate off, really, in the team fight. I mean, she did get it off, but for like one tentacle slap, it wasn't even like a good one. Nara was able to follow the Hecarim into the back line and get nice, damage down, and got, I think, a 2-man or 3-man Nara ultimate into the wall. So this is what happens when you layer the CC properly. It just looks like an extremely one-sided team fight. As we've gone back to lane phase. So there is a tier 2 up in the top lane that Raven Esports need to take down. But Redacted, while they've done well in the last couple of team fights here, they haven't actually taken a tower yet. So there's a lot of sitting gold on the map, especially considering they're still down about 2,000. But sitting gold, and Leona ultimate into Hecarim charging in here. Seraphine trying to get damage done. And there's the silence, meaning they can't go any further. Hecarim's going to have to dash his way out. He did ghost for that. So the missed ultimates and no snare. Loss of vision, I think, as well. So they've started Baron, just sort of the poke around it. Maybe. As oh my gosh. Alawi is now split pushing in the bot lane. I know they're trying to clear waves, so they look to get everything in. What are we gonna do? So, some more setup. I mean, neither team, I think, can like do. Both teams gonna take Baron fairly well. Caitlyn's trying to wield some damage over the wall, but she is level 10 to the CasualEAL level 13. Very large differences. Once again, the top laners are the highest level in the game, and they are back on the solo split push in the bot lane. As we are just fighting for wards. Wards and traps. Wards and traps. Okay, nice root. And looks like Nunu's going to get done as CasualEAL is going to take down as Seraphine does get ulted by Leona. Jhin trying to get into auto attacks, but does get charmed. Looks like we have a teleport coming in by the Nars. Everything's going to happen as Alawi is here first, so with the slappity slap of the tentacles coming down. And they got one. Nars trying to get, and Hecarim's going to ultimate into the backline with the curtain call from Jhin. They've been down goes the Nar and flashing in, and Caitlyn's going to have to net away, trying to get away from this one as Nar's going to jump away, or sorry, Hecarim jumps away. Alawi did as well, so a quicker teleport on the side of Alawi swings that team fight in favor of Raven Esports. Dragon spawning in a minute 20. Caitlyn's going to be backing now. Hopefully she picks up tier boots. There she is. 26 minutes in, finally gets tier 2 boots. We'll see if that makes any difference coming out from these teams. Now, Nar does have the Executioners. CasualEAL does have the Oblivion Orb, and so Executioners on the side of Jhin. So we have enough. Oh, Bramble Vest or Thornmail on the side of Hecarim. So I think there's a lot of grievous wounds for the Alawi and Nunu coming out on the side of Redacted. But I just see the one Thornmail on the side of Nunu. No other grievous wounds yet on the side of anyone other, I guess, than the Ignite from Seraphine for Redacted, or Raven Esports, I should say, against Redacted. So we'll see if that particularly matters, because the Hecarim does have a lot of healing. CasualEAL has some healing as well. So we now have a Dragon Dance, because the Baron Dance wasn't fun enough. We're going to do one in front of Dragon now. Nar trying to build up a little bit of a Rage Bar. I mean, man, I wish... Just zoom. Nar coming in from the bottom. It looks like they did get a one thing coming in here. Are we going to fight or not? Maybe. Dragon is spawned. Okay. And it looks like we pull in onto the Hecarim, and there's Current Call's going to come in. CasualEAL is going to flash over the wall, missing Hecarim is going to get the Ocean Dragon, and the tentacles are slapping down on the side of them as Leona is going to try and back away. CasualEAL is going to go to Nara's going to slam into the wall. He's going to try and run to the bot side, and Blast comes out is Leona. Those two are going to run down, and Nara's also going to run up, and he's going to chase out the Hecarim wrapped around the back of the pit, and he is on his way to mid lane as Hecarim gets the steal here in game number 3, giving them 3 Ocean Dragons. Well, that was an excellent job on Rin to get the Dragon steal away. But now it's Baron time, and with no ultimate to get in this pit, he's probably going to have to use the Blast Cone. Let's see if he can steal again. Or with the fact that your mid laner is down, not going to be here for the team fight if you even try and go for it. As we now have Baron being going forward. All the ultimates. Hecarim's going to go over the wall, and he's going to get another back-to-back steal for Rin. This man is keeping Redacted in this game. He's wanting to win this series. That is impressive against a Nunu, where you can double button smite from such a high health. The Hecarim with back-to-back steals, now 3 Oceans on the side of Redacted. They've closed the gold to 1,000 gold difference. It's actually going to be, oh yeah, basically, oh, no, 2,000 still. 2,000, so the gold difference actually has been the same for the last 9 to 10 minutes. As kills are going back and forth, as we now have 20 to 18 here in kills. Still 5 to 0 in towers, though, so there's still so much sitting gold on the map for Redacted to pick up. If they were just able to push in and take some of these towers with the Baron that they have on themselves, they should be able to really just shoot their gold. And when we see like 2 or 3 towers fall, we'll see the gold difference swing drastically, particularly this Baron power play. Remember, they're down 2,000, so we will see how high they can actually get this number to go. Caitlyn's kind of in a low spot here. She only has 2 items. She hasn't been able to get to that 3rd item, and she doesn't have any real attack speed yet. I know the Kraken gives some additional attack speed with every additional legendary item, but like it's not enough. You kind of need a Zeal item right now. You're looking here as Jin and CasualEAL sitting in a bush here, and maybe they try and get a split push going on with 3 lanes. That looks like they're going to do a 4-1 on the side of Redacted, while Nunu is trying to get some jungle in, trying to catch back up. He has fallen a full level behind the Hecarim, who has done an excellent job this game, and he's actually going to go in for a gank onto the Gnar, who's going to, bunny hop his way out of there, and Gnar's going to be able to get, Leona's going to drop the ultimate, and nope, not going to get onto Malzahar. Nice disengage from both teams there on the engage. Hecarim's waiting in the chickens. Ults over the wall, onto the Malzahar, gets the pushback into the Jin curtain call. There's 1, there's 2. Can we get 3 in? How about 4? Not going to matter as they're going to push in now with Baron as Gnar is busy in the bot lane. He's trying to disengage away from the Nunu and the Alawi still. He's now running up river. Hecarim now pushing in the side, and Gale Force in by Jin. Hecarim's going to push into the backline. Tries to get a push in. He's going to get in onto the Caitlyn, who's going to net away and keep on auto attacking, trying to finish the thing off as they ran out of melee minions, so now they're tanking tower damage. Nunu's going to come in here, and CasualEAL going to land the grinding as Gnar's going to go in. He's going to, use that damage. He's going to bounce in. Looks like Gnar is going to drop it down. Goes the Caitlyn ultimate onto the CasualEAL. It's not going to particularly matter. She's going to slip on out of there. So a bunch of kills back over to Redacted. Only 1 tower, though. Do they still have Baron? I think they don't. Baron is over, and they're 1.2, 1.1. So they shrank the gold lead by like 1,000. Not the most successful Baron power play, but at least it didn't go negative. So they're keep fighting. The defense on the side of Raven Esports has been pretty spectacular. The fact that they only lost 1 outer tower at 30 minutes to a Baron push. Okay. We got a huge dragon fight coming up here in 20 seconds. Could it be Soul Ocean for Redacted? Will it be the 3rd dragon for Raven Esports? Let's get hype, everyone in the chat. Who's going to get this one? Can the Hecarim smite steal away another one? Come on, here we go. And it looks like we're going to be having a great team fight. Traps and lines are being set here in the river. Everything's happening. Alawi's getting some tentacle slaps down as well. Now we're going to go in. It looks like the pull is on. And the Seraphine Ultimate Hecarim gets into the back line. Leona's only going to land on the AD carry. Down goes Jin, but down goes Nunu. Everything's being finished up, and it looks like a move is stepping it up as Alawi's in the back line trying to deal damage. As down goes the Hecarim in the back line here as the tanks and engages are going to fall to the carries. It looks like CasualEAL is the only one up left alive on the side of Redacted as the French woman as Alawi's tentacle slaps are keeping her healthy in this match somehow. As Caitlyn's actually going to be the one to take down the dragon as both the junglers had died. So even though 3 members did drop on the side of Raven Esports, they come away with the dragon. Whew. These team fights are getting crazier and crazier, ladies and gentlemen. We're now 25-20 in kills. Less than 1,000 gold difference here at 34 minutes. Not sure who's going to be taking this one home today, but there's definitely going to be a winner. And sadly, there's going to be a loser. Game 1 was intense. Game 2 was kind of one-sided for Redacted, and Game 3 was one-sided, but has now become ridiculously close between these two teams. This has been an epic series so far. Caitlyn's popping the ultimate in lane just to try and push the CasualEAL off. Try and get that done. Okay, objectives. We're basically just gunning around to fighting around objectives. There hasn't been a whole lot of split pushing in this match. There's not been a whole lot of like macro plays as the minions on the top. I don't think anyone's been top lane for like 10 minutes. The minions have just crashed at the same spot again and again and again up in top wave, and no one has done anything about it because everything is just going around fighting for at the Baron and at the Dragon, and then everyone's so dead that they can't really do anything. So we'll see what happens. Alawi is now pushing the bot lane, although Redacted did pick up tier 1 in bot lane sometime. I think maybe the minions did it, as now Alawi's on the split push there with teleport. Nara's teleport, so probably expect to match that. And there's the ultimate onto Leona, and this is going to be probably a dead 80 carry as Leona gets there, and Malzahar is going to go for the ultimate, and Seraphine ultimate lands on top of 3 as Alawi teleported in as well, trying to get the ultimate off as Hecarim stands into the backline here, and we see everything being slapping down as Nar's going to jump on his way out as Nunu ultimate is going to keep Hecarim in place, and down goes the enemy jungler as Seraphine's going to flash in, and we'll have supportable combat on the left, and Nar's going to run out to the right. So full engage on the side of Redacted picks off the enemy AD carry, but you'll lose your jungler. And with Baron up, I want to say it's probably worth until it's not worth, right? Until you lose out on Baron. And Alawi's just going to be dealing damage here. I mean, you did burn the Alawi teleport, and Blast Cone's not going to be helping. Jin is going to be over the wall trying to lay as much damage with the Gnar as CasualEAL is pushing in top. And I think this is just going to be Baron going over to the side of Raven Esports here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure you could have really gotten a steal there. It's so tough, right? Because I think Redacted did the right play, right? You get the ultimate, a Leona ultimate onto Caitlyn, and you just all in, right? You kill the enemy AD carry, but the Alawi teleport was like instantaneous as soon as the engage happened, and your team just wasn't fully there to follow up. Jin ulted up a curtain call, but was so far back once the curtain call's done, you couldn't further engage. And Nunu locked down the Hecarim because he had got into the back line, wasn't able to get out. That means your jungler's dead, so you went 1 for 1. Now you can't take the objective, and sometimes the objective is more important than the individual kills, even though you were technically the team behind. So the gold lead was, what, 2,000? Between 1 to 2,000. We'll look at that. Going in as Gnar is going to come in and get ultimately just, just right away on the side of Malzahar. And Hecarim's going to push back Seraphine into the Gnar, who's going to drop the ultimate herself. But that is a kill headed over to Raven Esports. Sorry, Redacted. Hecarim's now going to ult in onto the Malzahar with the help of Leona. Has gone golden as Malzahar, so everything's happening down here. And Alawi's actually taking Jhin down. I don't know where that happened because we're going to focus in the mid lane. Flashing out is Gnar. CasualEAL has took out the Alawi, so I'm guessing that happened down here in the river somewhere because that absolutely crazy. Dragon spawning here in 18 seconds. And Gnar and CasualEAL, Hecarim looking to charge in here. There's the shield. Hecarim going to push in on the enemy jungler. And they're both going to go down. And Gnar's going to try and jump in there, but it's not going to matter. It's now CasualEAL versus the Caitlyn Malzahar. Who's going to win? Not sure. And silence by Beta Linux for the double kill and the ace. Dragon is spawned. Malzahar pushing mid lane with Baron right now. And this is going to be Ocean Soul for Raven Esports. I cannot wait to see the roller coaster gold graph for this game. Because it should be all over the place. Well, Raven Esports still have Baron. They've now lost Tier 2 and top, Inhibitor and mid. The gold lead that had shrunk to 1,000 has now expanded to 3.5. I'll show you the gold totals on screen for all the players, as everyone's more or less just bot. And now Baron is off as well. So I guess plus 2,000 gold for Raven Esports. Alawi is now split pushing the top lane. She has teleport. I will admit that... it looks like Nunu is going to be running away from the Gnar there. Or sorry, the Gnar running away from the Nunu. Going to be happening. Otto's coming out. Let's see how they set up for this. Should be finishing relatively quickly. Hecarim and Nunu down here fighting. I mean, they don't have Baron. But, I mean, Ocean Soul is ridiculous, right? They're just healing so much right now. Although... Caitlyn is getting a ton of damage dealt to her with the curtain call coming in. Gnar's going to get a nice 5-man ultimate into the wall as in comes all of the shots from Jhin, finishing over there. CasualEAL. There's the Alawi tentacles. Look how much they're slapping, dealing damage to come down as everything's being finished off. And flashing in takes down the CasualEAL as Hecarim's going to have to back off to the tower. Jhin is the one dealing damage. So Gnar and Nunu are fighting all the way over here. Let's go back to this tower. It is going to be dropped, and they take down the inhibitor. It does look like they will be doing so. Seraphine healing up this one, so the Ocean Dragon doing something on the side of Raven Esports. Only Caitlyn dropped compared to CasualEAL dropping on the other side. Just absolutely crazy. Okay, where are we at? Baron in 57 seconds. Elder coming up here in 3 minutes. Everyone's getting back to reset. Completed items are coming on through. We may need another Rin steal to save it for Redacted as they've downed 2 inhibitors. And I think this is what's going to basically be the turning point of the game. When Raven Esports, after their early game advantage and these late game skirmishes and team fights, when they have won, they've been able to take objectives. Versus when Redacted have won, it's because they've taken objectives basically because the Hecarim has stolen it, right? He stole a dragon, he stole a Baron. But winning a team fight, they haven't been able to really push in and take anything. When you get a Baron and you only get 1 tower for it, and it's an outer tier 1, it's really like hard. It's just where they're winning on the team, on the map, and like who's left alive and what they're doing with that advantage when they get it. And it's just been Raven Esports has been better at that so far in this game, and that's being the ultimate push-in. And I think that that can change in a heartbeat, right? If we get an ace coming out from either one of these teams, the game could be pretty much over at that point. But until we get to that aspect of it, if we are going to be getting these matches where like 3 or 2 people die on each side, we need to see a little bit more out of Redacted and hopefully taking down some towers when they go for it. Now, Baron is spawned, and Seraphine's going to flash ult the CasualEAL, who's going to return ultimate. There's the Caitlyn ultimate, but they do not care about that at all. They are going for the 3rd inhibitor tower and inhibitor. Seraphine ultimate is going to miss. Leona is here, and there is going to be Hakram's going to into the backline. Nope, Malzahar's going to stop that. Jin Curtain Call is going to happen, as Hakram's going to try and dance his way out of it. He's going to prawn away as down goes the inhibitor. During all this, Nard's going to get in there. It's not going to matter. His tentacles are being slapped around everywhere on the side of Raven Esports. Nunu's going to just tower dive past 2 Nexus towers trying to get damage, as Hakram's actually going to step onto trap, and he's not going to have to run back to base. Okay, so Nunu and Seraphine go down on the side of Raven Esports, but now they're going to be pushing in CasualEAL is the only one down on the side of Redacted. They're trying to finish this one off. They have super minions coming in from everywhere, as Hekram's going to go into the backline trying to get in onto this Caitlyn, deal all the damage, and Nard's gone back in the Megaform, going to slam everything together, and in comes Jen, but he's not attacking fast enough because he runs out of bullets too constantly, as we have the Alawi tentacles being slammed down. Caitlyn's been able to take down the Hekram, who's just in the background, and there's the ultimate coming out for the final ace, and this is going to be the match to Raven Esports. These games have been really, really, really exciting. I've been really pumped to cast a particular the best of threes. Man, they bring out the best of everyone in these games, and I'm really excited to see what both these teams brought. Even though we have Raven Esports winning 2-0, Redacted, you should not feel bad about your performance. It was a really good show to be seen. As you can see the final scores for everyone. Okay, and we'll scroll down, and there is the roller coaster graph of gold that I was talking about. I was like, I know this is going to be a crazy graph. Ups and downs. Never did leave Raven Esports in favor, but the fact that they brought it down to almost even right here, this is a great comeback right through here on the side of Redacted, more or less just from the steals and the overall team fights. But like I said, you just weren't able to get any objectives off of any advantage that they won, and that eventually is going to be what is going to seal the deal for Raven Esports in their victory here in the playoff match. I'll kind of leave the final stats up here on screen while we do the final rundown for this. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. Don't forget to follow. If you're watching this via the YouTube VODs, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow our other playlists. Every division has their own playlist, so you can watch all of the divisions and their games there. All the playoff matches should be up as well within a day or two of being casted live here on Twitch. Don't forget to look at the highlight playlist in particular, because that's going to be a lot of our pentakills and super plays. I want to give a shout out to the playlist that the newest one that got put up there yesterday on that highlight playlist of all the 50-50 plays from another great 3-game series that was casted yesterday. So definitely check that one out. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and see when we go live on Twitch, when our stuff goes live onto the YouTube, and when we do get everything ready for next season coming up. We'll have information coming out as there. Follow, like in the Discord, just pay attention to the content announcements coming up there. Cheer everyone on and pay attention to announcements there. Follow my directions and everything. I want to thank every one of you for hanging out with me this afternoon. Yet again, this has been the AMO, your afternoon caster of the VOD playoff matches. Hopefully you've been enjoying everything that I've brought to you this week. I think I got one more coming in tomorrow, but tonight is a semifinals match between NEX Esports and Kamikaze Penguins. Definitely want to check that out, so look for when we go live later this evening. And if you're catching this once again on YouTube, that game match probably also in their division. They're the Freljord division. Check out that playlist. So thank you for all joining me once again, and you guys have a good day.